everybody, this is Anna Chaos from Living with a Toy Collector. I've helped Tom Chaos with the Raging Orgasm. I am his wife. This week what I want to talk about repairing boxes. One of the things that we picked up recently was these old Dick Tracy dolls, right, Playmates. And as you can see right now, this looks really nice, but this is how it came. Plastic looked really wrecked, and this is something that I've seen a lot more and more as we continue to pick up stuff to flea markets, and we end up with boxes that kind of look like that. So today I want to talk about how to quickly repair these. Now, warning, if you are faint of heart or you don't like seeing boxes being torn apart, you might want to turn off this video because these repairs are going to be extremely intensive, and this is mainly something I would suggest if you're only going to keep for your own personal collection, not anything that you're going to resell. Alright, so let's get started. So let's go ahead and move him out of the way. Alright, now in order to do the repairs for these, you want to find some strong plastic. Now, normally you try to go out and buy some strong plastic cellophane. I'm finding more and more than less places like Michael's, Walmart, or Joann's Fabric do not carry them anymore, so I've been having to find some strange alternatives. So one of the things that I had to resort to is actually literally picking up the sheets for scrapbooking. Let's go ahead and pull one out here. There we go. So one of those big sheets for scrapbookings you see like all women use. And I know you look at it, you're like, really? It seems kind of flimsy, but actually if you doubled up or you leave it as is, it actually has a pretty good consistency to it. It's really thick, and it actually won't get bent or destroyed as much as the original cellophane type plastic. Now the good part is if you take it off or the plastic is still there, do not be in a hurry to quickly grab it and toss it. Use this for measurement. So for example, I'm going to grab this and I'm going to go, okay, so does this match it long ways? Does it match it sideways? In this case, it actually matches pretty dead on. So that means I won't have to do any cutting at all. So that's going to be really good for us. But normally if you're doing like a different size, I would suggest you have a couple different things. Not only the plastic you're going to be using, having some, believe it or not, packaging tape, which is great to reinforce your box, a pair of scissors, and if you have an X-Acto knife or X-Acto blade, I can't remember what's the
X-Acto knife.
X-Acto knife, but if that doesn't happen, a regular, mail cut.
Yeah, mail opener.
Yes, will work pretty good. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure there's any tape on this. Carefully go ahead and grab your pair of scissors. Pop it open so I don't have any on the top, so that's great. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove her out because I do not want to do any damage to the actual doll itself. Never try to do repairs with the original item in it. You'll cause problems and you'll regret damaging that product. Now at the bottom I do have some old tape, so I'm going to carefully go right here with my pair of scissors. If you have an X-Acto knife on you, cut that open and carefully, as best as you can.
Because remember, we are dealing with, this is a 20-year-old box,
Yeah.
So yeah, use caution, be careful.
Use caution. You can see there's more than one piece of tape, so notice how I wasn't in much of a hurry to go rah like He-Man and pop it open, just tear right through. Now this is one part where some people are hesitant. In order to do some really good repairs and reinforce the box, you will have to completely fold it open. So this portion right here is where this mail cutter or letter cutter comes in place, or if you have an X-Acto knife, this is where it comes in handy because this way you're not tearing it up with your fingers and you get like a really nice edge on it.
You get in a little closer.
Now, it sounds like we're sewing off a tree here.
This is a part of the box that was originally glued. This is factory glued. So what she's doing is just kind of tearing through that while keeping the graphics on the box nice and fresh and not destroying that.
Yes. So
there we go.
So here it is, nice and open. Now the first thing you want to do anywhere where it's ripped off like this, you need to line it up first. You do not want to go ahead and start gluing if your box is pretty much kind of falling apart on edges like this. The first thing we need to do is line this up right there. So I'm going to go over here and grab my tape, my packaging tape. If I can find a little line. Where are you? Packaging tape. There you go. And start with little pieces. Do not go crazy. Here's another reason why to have a pair of scissors. You can cut small pieces. If you can go crazy and just use your teeth and go rah on it, and then that'll be great. But in this case, you want to start small. Now you want to line that up as best as you can.
Because once that tape gets on there, that shit's permanent, man.
Yep, pretty much. Just go ahead and line that up as best as you can, and then carefully place the tape. And in this case, because this is so old, you want to make sure you lay it out both on the outside and the inside. And look at that. Right there, starting to look really nice. Together, yeah, you're going to see the crack and it won't be brand as new, but this is like, what, 20, 25-year-old
Yep,
box?
this
So,
came out in the 90s,
Yeah.
early 90s for a Dick Tracy movie. Now, mind you guys, this is something that I let her do on her own. I had, what was it, the Ed Grimley doll?
Oh, yeah.
I picked up a talking Ed Grimley doll from the flea market. And granted, he was like $11, and he still talked. That was the main reason I bought him, and I was just going to tear him out of the box. And she was just shocked because, you know, there's such great graphics on these old boxes. I mean, they really just don't put that sort of effort into new toys. There's not a lot of good graphics. Most of it's really
Empty space.
bad empty space, really bad, you know, Photoshop that's done. So she's like, do you trust me? I was like, well, I'm just going to throw out the box anyway, so just go ahead and do whatever you want to do. I'll tell you whether I want to keep it or not. Went to work, came home. She had it laying on the couch, and to be quite honest, it looked brand new from a distance. I was so shocked.
So there we go. So far looking really good. But we don't stop there. We have to reinforce it also on the inside. So that's not too bad. That will keep it from any future tears. Now we have to go into the inside of our box and then reinforce it also from there. Because you only do it on the outside, it's going to keep tearing and it's going to do further damage, and that's not what you want to do. So
Then you end up having to do this all over again.
Yeah.
And you can't remove that tape off the front. That packing tape is permanent.
Yep.
So here she goes, cutting another slice of tape.
In this case, I'm also reinforcing the rest of the edge as well. So notice I'm carefully laying it down and flatten it out. So I'm reinforcing that edge that's already been pre-broken.
I mean, mint condition dolls are great and everything, but you pay for it. I paid $20 for these, and they probably retail for about $17, $15 new. Mint in the package, these dolls go for several hundred. This is a nice, you know, if you can afford to get a cheaper box that's been through a little bit more hell, you know, and you can carefully restore it, this is what you get.
Yeah. Now, while you're in here, while you might only have maybe 1 or 2 tears in one spot, it is a very good idea to also go in and try to reinforce any other flaps as well. This will keep it, especially if you're keeping objects in storage and stuff, or maybe something that you really enjoy and you take it in and out of the package constantly. This would actually help you from keeping the box from deteriorating on those edges. Oops.
This is live, guys. This is happening for real.
Deep breath. Oh man, I even got underneath. That sucks. So, I don't even know how I did that. That's amazing. So for right now, I'm going to leave that alone in the back because I am not messing with it. And it's okay. So again, be really careful. I almost just lost some graphics here.
Oh, she's attacking it.
Like Jaws.
Oh, and say hi to Neil.
Hi. Hi, Neil.
See, she acknowledged you. I knew she would. Neil's one of our fans. He's also a student that we know.
Also, make sure you don't get your hair stuck in the tape. Sometimes that's hard if you have friends or pets or family members that shed a lot. There you go.
I do shed a lot.
Yes. Now, anything extra that you see right here, you can either fold it over if you want to, or you can quickly go with a pair of scissors and then carefully remove it.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, guys, this is a nice alternative. If you can't afford mint condition toys, and you can afford something that's has a little wear and tear, and you feel confident in doing stuff like this, you can have something that looks mint condition for your collection. I mean, yeah, other collectors might say something, but
Look at that.
you know, it's just for you.
Nice and strong, and it's reinforcing the inside. So let's go ahead and continue going all the way through. Yeah, I know, this is like therapeutic.
This is what she does when I'm at work, guys.
Yeah. It's like, huh, I don't have to do anything today. What I'm going to do, fix boxes, because it gives me something to do.
And also with her fixing boxes like this also helps our Flickr pictures, because we do really high quality. Honey, what high quality are the scans that you do?
Well, depending on what I'm using, some of our pictures are 14 megapixels, some of them are 8 megapixels, and then some of them are 4, and then if we're doing scans with my scanners, we're looking at 300 DPI. So pretty high quality type stuff for print.
Yep. I mean, these are almost high quality enough that you could print up the boxes yourself if you were savvy enough.
Right there, because I did a little too long, but that's okay. Sometimes you might have to go back in a little bit. Or lift it up a little bit. Yeah, it gets kind of dangerous sometimes, but there we go. So again, if you're faint of heart and you must have everything mint and cherry, and you're probably throwing up at this point. Oh my goodness, what is she doing? It's like piranha all over the place.
You do attack that tape.
Yes. Well, scissors are cute, but yeah, what use that when I can just go yum 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 yum. Excellent. So look at that. Fully reinforced. Last thing I need to do is the little flaps on the top and the bottom. And now we can move over to the plastic. And again, don't worry about it being super neat so it goes all the way to the edge. You're just reinforcing it enough so that way any future continuation of, you know, folding it, unfolding it, that's what you have to worry about. And try to make sure you're putting the tape when it's fully flat, otherwise you're tearing up the carpet. And notice I keep going back and forth like this. So make sure it's perfectly flat on that, as best as we can, so it's flat.
There we go.
Oh, hair. There you go. There we go. So we are good to go now. Alright, so now that we have this fully reinforced both from the inside and the outside, we want to go ahead and we want to start with the plastic. Now again, in this case, we got really lucky and very fortunate that our plastic foam, our laminate sheets are literally almost exactly the same size as our area that we need to cover up. So before we do anything else, I'm going to try to what do I do with that one piece of plastic?
It's right over there, honey.
Where?
By the sticky box.
All right. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to figure out this is going to be my top. That's going to be my bottom. Okay. And what I want to quickly do, I want to go ahead and I want to fold this as best as I can, almost in the exact same spot. So this way it will land almost perfectly. Again,
Kids, she is a professional at this. I kid you not. This is a video she's wanted to do for a very long time. This is something that she figured out herself.
And again, if you have a better way, by all means, I am always open to learn new things. This is from me having a traditional background in art and doing a lot of craft and sculpting and stuff. You learn how to use your hands a lot and how to be creative with your materials. Alright, so we're going to go right here and look at that. That lands perfectly with that fold right there. You see that? That is awesome. When I glue it, it will be right there on the spot. So let's go ahead and start taping this down.
We're taping, not gluing, right?
No, I'm taping, not gluing. You can glue if you want to. However, be careful when you're gluing because when you press down, it could go over and then you're gonna have like really icky glue stains. So be really, 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 really careful when you are gluing stuff down. All right. Alright, same thing goes with this. Now luckily I already have some tape down, so if I pull off, I'm not destroying the box. I'm only taking off the tape. Ooh. Oh, not cooperating with me again. There we go. So, no big deal. Let's try that again. You guys are going, oh my god, what is she doing to that box? Well, it's part of the trial and error process, kids. Okay, let's try that.
Yeah, if you want to try something similar to this, maybe start with something new in the stores and practice.
Or something that costs you $1.
Yeah. Or maybe something that isn't worth a small fortune.
There you go. There you go. Right there. So now that lines up perfectly. I'm going to try it again on the other side right now and make sure that lands right there. Same thing. Now this one I have to be careful because there is a little bit of a lip right there that goes all the way to the bottom. So I don't want my end, my end person who's looking at it from the other side to see the tape. So I'm going to put this kind of low first. So that way only the edge of this is caught on by the tape. Just enough to hold it down. And then I'm going to go in the areas where people cannot see on the inside and then tape that down and make that more solid.
Also, guys, if you do stuff like this, you reinforce the boxes, you restore your boxes like this, and you're trying to sell it at a show or online, don't be a dick and say it's mint condition, factory fresh, because people will call you out on it and it'll ruin your credibility. Yeah. If I ever sold this and people will be able to refer back to this video, I will say, yes, it's been restored. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. This is the price. Yeah, by all means, go online and try to find it cheaper.
Yeah. So again, this is something you may want to do for your personal stuff, not stuff for sale. So collectors are a little weird when it comes to their type boxes. They want things sort of like just factory fresh, straight from the company. And again, this is stuff you're gonna have to play with once or twice because of the fold of the cardboard. You gotta make sure that it lands on there. And sometimes you have to get rough with it.
But at least it's okay because this is the back of the box. Not tearing any graphics back here.
Yep. There we go. So that's coming along. Look at that. It doesn't, right here it looks kind of weird, but remember this is going to be folded like that. So it is okay. Once or twice, you keep playing with it. There we go. I have to reinforce that a little bit more. There we go. Now let's do that lip right there.
Home stretch, guys. This is almost done. Once again, be careful of the visible tape in the window.
And then anything extra you might need to cut, be careful with it. And guys, it's kind of dark, so I'm sorry, guys. And of course, I need new scissors because these are a little dud. There you go. I really do need new scissors. This is not working out very well. That's okay. There we go. If your scissors don't work, that is okay. Simply bend it in. Hardly noticeable. Not that worried about it.
Yeah, this is just for the personal collection.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and go and do the other side.
And here we go.
Look at that. Not too shabby. This got a little bit crackly. Yeah, not too bad. It's actually pretty good.
Considering the plastic that was used back then, it's pretty dead on.
Yeah, and this is scrapbook plastic. A lot of the stuff they make right now is actually made so it doesn't oxidize. So it's really, really good stuff. So you won't get that yellow, nasty yellow, moldy look that you see in some of the newer toys today.
Yeah, or even the crackly look that you see in a lot of stuff from about this age where the plastic has dried out and started basically to shatter.
All right, now here's the last challenge. Now once you know that this is pretty much fully done and it looks great, just the way you want it, really nice and clean, the last part is putting it back together. Now, a couple people will tell you different ways. What I like to do, I like to grab a long piece, or even little by little, but mainly a long piece to start me with. And I tape it right here to the edge, purposely leaving me a lip of tape. You see right there, there's my lip of tape. Now I carefully go over here and I bend this downward to make sure it doesn't immediately just catch us on something. So once I get that lined up as best as I can, I'm going to hold it in place as best I can. I'm going to go in the inside. And I'm going to start taping it from the inside. See how that's starting to hold?
Nice, very nice.
Okay. You do that one more time. There you go, so that's fastened up here. So right now we're just trying to reinforce that lip on the inside. Do the same thing on the other side. This right here is still a little bit open, that's okay. Oh, come on, tape, bear with me. All right. Now, a lot of people like seeing that lip open right there. At this point, because it's still taped, it's still not fully reinsured. So what I always like to do for myself, because remember, the concept is to make that box last for a really long time, especially if it's going to be in your personal collection. So I like even going as far as grabbing some tape and putting the outside as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to be careful, because once again, you screwed up. It goes those graphics, so it's going to put that right there.
So watch that.
Carefully place it. Well, right now, yeah, you can see a little bit of tape, but your box will not fall apart anymore. And you got the plastic on there. Only thing you still gotta be careful is this right here, and even that, and wherever my tape went, there it is. You still want to add a little bit more tape. I know, don't you hate this? It's like watching the toy version of Martha Stewart. Or MacGyver, take your pick.
That might actually be a marketable thing. You should think about that.
There we go. There we go, look at that. So now we're ready to go ahead and put our box back fully together. And normally if there was already tape on specific areas, that's where I like to try to tape my stuff, so I'm not adding more tape to the tape, even though there's already a ton of tape on here. But it won't be obnoxious at first hand.
Yeah.
There we go. So there's one piece of tape. Another piece of tape right there over the old tape. That's the original factory seal tape that came with this. And as you can see, look at that. The inside looks really nice and reinforced.
It's nice and clean.
Now you're ready to put in your doll or object back inside.
And since it's taped on all sides, that window isn't going to fold in or crack or warp when you push that back in there. And she fits all the way into the bottom.
And she is.
Voila.
But anyway, this has been Anna Chaos from Living with a Toy Collector. I'm also part of Raging Nerdgasm. I hope you guys enjoy my little arts and crafts project. And again, this is great if you're rebuilding stuff for your personal collection, just to kind of, just give it that old pizzazz it had before back when it was brand new. If you're trying to sell an object, try not to do this because, like I said, collectors like to get it nice and cherry or as close to original as possible. But if it's something for yourself or for a gift, by all means, just sit there, experiment. Like I said, like Tom said, just try something a little older for the first or second tries, and after a while, you'll pretty much be able to just clearly set this up. But it looks really nice now. It's got the plastic. I don't have to worry about her getting dirty or any other stuff, and my box is reinforced. So, thank you for joining me, guys. Don't forget to check my husband at Raging Nerdgasm, and check me out, Living with a Toy Collector. See you guys soon.